So last we have covered public cloud, and now we are going to learn about hybrid cloud. Okay, just observe this diagram as we have drawn in the last class also. I'm just including here one more subnet and EC2 instances, NAT and route table.
Okay.
So I will explain once again this total diagram. Okay, so I'm just taking one of the region, it's a central, and you can take Mumbai region or in Virginia, anyone. In region, I'm creating a VPC. Okay, this is a VPC which is given IP address is 10.10.0./16. It is a CADI subnet of this VPC. Now there should be an internet gateway. Why gateway is required? Internet gateway is required to communicate between end users to the VPC to make a communication, and the route table. So this route table we need to create, and this route table need to attach for our subnet. In this VPC, I'm just creating one of the subnet. Okay, you can see the IP address 10.10.1.0/24. Okay,
Okay.
now okay, in this subnet I have a 3 actual data centers. In one of that I'm just creating EC2 instance in 2A availability zone, in AP South 2A availability zone. And now coming to the one more subnet. This is public subnet. This is public subnet. Okay, so up to here we done in our last class. We have created this one, and this one. And what
Yes.
about these things, these resources? These resources. These are extra we are including here. Why? Just observe this. Up to here it is a public. Here I am hosting an application, it is public, who can all end users can access. And this subnet is totally private. Okay, this subnet can have internet access. All end users can access, which is the application will be hosted in the public subnet. But end users cannot access this one. Okay, this is for internal use only. This subnet is for internal use only. So why means in this subnet we will gonna do give S3 or EC2 instances or RDS databases. Okay, these
Okay.
private subnet will not have an internet access. This private subnet is will not have an internet access. In order to get the internet access, we need a NAT process. What is this NAT? Network address translation. Means I have one private IP. Okay, I have one private IP and one public IP. One public IP. Let's take an example. 10.10.2.4 is a private. Okay, and 1.3.2.4 is a public. So this private IPs will not have a internet access. I need to get internet access of this private IP. How can I get that one? So by using this NAT process, you can apply what are the internet features applied for the public. You can apply the same internet features to the private.
Okay.
I'll tell you an example. See, now even my laptop is having in a private IP address. Even you can check your all mobiles also having a private IP address only. Then how I am able to access the internet? If I'll open my command prompt ipconfig, just see, just tell me what is this IP address, in which range it comes.
Mm,
This question is to all of you. Tell me which IP address it is.
192.
This is a local, sir. Local.
Sorry,
Local.
sorry.
It's between the organization. It's not the internet. It's intranet.
But I'm just asking you which IP address it is.
It's a private IP address.
Exactly, it is a private IP address. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So now you can see downside there is a subnet mask. Okay, and this is the gateway of this pool.
Yes.
Okay, but my laptop also having the private IP address. Then how I'm able to access the internet right now?
Mm. Correct. Mm. Mm.
See, this IP address I'm getting from my Wi-Fi.
Yeah. Okay.
Wireless LAN adapter Wi-Fi. This IP address is given by my Wi-Fi. You can see here I have connected to my Wi-Fi.
Mm.
Okay, this Wi-Fi will have DHCP protocol. This private IP address will be released by my Wi-Fi. So if I disconnected Wi-Fi, you could not able to see my screen. If I disconnected, then I can see another IP address. Okay,
Mm.
but okay, but how I'm getting the internet access? See, I'm getting the internet access because of one public IP only. So whoever connecting my Wi-Fi, I think my Wi-Fi can connected by 10 people. 10 people who can get the internet access because of one public IP address. So I'll tell you the design of the how this Wi-Fi all broadbands are working. Okay, just let me open Notepad. See, there will be an ISP, like you can take an Airtel or Jio or any of the vendor. Okay, so in your area, who you want to install or you are taking, you want to install your Wi-Fi connection. Okay, so what you the broadband company, what he will do, he will buy a number of IP addresses. Okay, let's say he has bought two public IP addresses. Two public IP addresses will have internet access. Okay, these two public IP addresses he will configure to the router, main routers. Okay,
Okay.
so here he will do NAT process. NAT process. NAT process, here he will do some configurations will be there. He will do NAT process in the routers. This router will have 4 ports. Okay, so every port is connecting to one switch. Every port is connected to one switch. Okay, see, every switch having a 16 ports, 16 to 32 ports. Okay,
Mm.
from that he will connect to one more switch, it is also having a 16 port. Like that he will spread to up to me. Here it is wireless, it is Wi-Fi. Okay, here I will connect with the wireless connectivity. My laptop will connect it to the wireless. So public IP will be only here on this interface. Here what he will do, he will configure private pool and he will distribute to all these switches. This switch is also having a private IPs only. This switch is also having a private IPs only. Even this Wi-Fi also will have the private IP only. Okay, so these private IPs all are converted here NAT for the public, and I will get the internet access. Here he will do QA, uh, QoS, sorry, QoS, quality of service. This is the process is called, he will decide how much bandwidth we are getting. He will decide here, and the same QoS will apply here, a small part. So that's why he will tell us that this much kbps mbps you will get like that. This is comes under networking total. So then what is my public IP? I'm getting the internet access. Then what is a public IP? You can type my IP in the Google. You can see 103.60.213.244. This is my IP. Right now I'm getting internet access from this IP. You can see here what is my IP address. This is my IP address. Venkateshwara Communications Private Limited is my broadband, and the ISP owner is Sampath. This is my IP address, public IP address. Okay. Now coming to the diagram. Okay. So this subnet is totally configured by the private IP addresses only. Here we are not going to enable auto assigning public IP.
Okay.
Okay, so why we use this private subnet, sir? Means we are using this private subnet for EC2 instances and databases, RDS. Why? Because see, when you are logging into here, let's take an example, you are logging into internet banking. Okay, internet banking, so you will enter password and you will be login. Once you log in, your amount, okay, whatever the your amount value will take at least 2 seconds of time to load. Or when you are doing any transaction, okay, it will take a time, at least 10 seconds of time to do the transaction. How? See, the menu value, username and some of the options can only save here. The money value is very confidential, and that is not going to store here. The queries, they will write a queries, right, in databases to save the money values and the corresponding values what user can have. Those kind of values will be stored in the RDS. So let's say in a database. So this database is confidential, right? So that's why they will put into the private subnet. So no one can access it. Only a user can have the access while he logged in. So how it is happens? Once you are logged into here, and it will direct, okay, it will direct routing inside the code, okay. Whoever the doing the coding for that website, and the developer will do the routing part, in which option it to be routed and which option, like that they will route the part. Okay, so here once he logged in, it will route the part, like it will go for the NAT.
Okay.
Okay, and this NAT is happening doing applying the internet features to the private. So it will forward to the custom route table. This route table to forward to this private subnet. This private subnet is having a database here or EC2 instance.
Okay.
So this RDS having some data, and this data need to be reflect here. To reflect, we need a internet access. So that's why we use NAT.
Okay.
Okay, so we are able to see our money value when we are checking our account balance also. It is giving us bank is fetching the amount, like that. Account is fetching for the bank balance, like that. When it is asking for the fetching means it is forwarding the query like this. and it is coming the query like this by using NAT process which is having internet access. Then only it can show you the value.
Okay. So the sole purpose for NAT is to provide the internet access for the private IPs.
Is private IPs, and now it is totally private, right? So here we'll keep our database in a private. So that's why we use the NAT.
So there won't be any security concern like in that case, like we are providing internet access.
How many security concerns will comes in?
Correct.
Okay. So now you see, I'm just telling you this. If you are into the real, there will be a security groups here. Okay.
Okay.
So there you will apply only database ports only.
Oh, okay.
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 Then
Yes.
after you will apply in your code that MFA multi-factor authentication. Then you will apply OTP.
Correct.
Yeah, many things will comes in between
Okay.
for
Okay.
security concerns. You can do whatever you want, but the process this should be a mandatory. These are should be a mandatory. In between you can include anything.
Okay.
Okay, so this is called hybrid cloud. The combination of public and private is called hybrid cloud.
Okay.
Got it?
Yes.
I need to hear the sound from all of you, not from one guy.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I'm going for implementation of this diagram. So what I'll do, I'll go for Mumbai region first. Where is Mumbai? I'll go for VPC. So I will create one VPC right now. Okay, create VPC with subnets. The project is hybrid. So I'll give 10 dot. Okay, I need two availability zones or one availability zone, whatever you can take. One availability zone, it's enough. How many public subnet I want? One public subnet I want, one private subnet I want, right?
Right.
One public and one private. Okay, and NAT gateways. NAT gateway I need right now here for public one. We have to take NAT gateway for public one. Then we can apply to the private one by routing table. Let's see
Okay.
here. NAT gateways in an AZ, one per AZ.
Okay.
Okay, so here choose a number of availability zones in which to create a NAT gateway. Okay, note there is a charge for each NAT gateway, so be careful. Once you done your practice, remove this. Okay, so in AZ I need in AZ. So VPC endpoint is none. We can take enable.
What is the difference between in one AZ in one per AZ?
See, in EAZ means in one availability zone you are taking one NAT
Okay. Okay.
inside the AZ, and one per AZ means only NAT per one AZ only. You cannot apply this for another AZ.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Now you can see once I configure this, the diagram will be right side here. You can see the connections hybrid, and one is public and one is private.
Mm-hmm.
Route table is public and the private. Hybrid gateway and not public connections. These are the connections.
Okay.
So if I'll give this one per AZ,
Mm-hmm.
you can see the connections will be also same.
Okay.
It's better to take in NAZ.
Yeah.
Create VPC. I'm just creating VPC.
So if suppose we missed creating the net, like we don't configure the net here, so it will create two subnets. One is private and one is public, but there won't be any connection between them.
Exactly.
Okay, but it will allow us to create, right? It won't.
It allows to create.
Okay. So VPC are majorly beneficial when we are creating a net gateways, right? Without net, like there's no use of VPCs.
Not like that. VPC is separate and NAT is separate. VPC is your own cloud you are creating. NAT is
Okay.
just part of your infra. It's
Oh,
just a small resource.
okay. Okay.
In order to get internet access for the private, you need NAT. That's it.
Oh, okay.
Many things will involve in VPC.
Okay. Got it.
VPC is the heart of the cloud. Any GCP, Azure, AWS,
Okay.
view VPC. Now this is my VPC. Okay. Now what I need to do? I need to create two EC2 servers. Into here and here. Okay. Just observe. Launch an instance. I'm going to give public.
Same configuration.
Key pair is ACTE. And here I will take hybrid VPC. You can see
Okay. Yeah,
one is public and
Public.
one should be private. Which one is public? You can see AP subnet public 1. This is my public one. Okay. Auto assigning public IP you should enable for public. And security group, oh, we have to create new one.
All traffic.
Okay. And advance, nothing we can give here. Okay, so come here, you create enable, and now launch instance. This is my public, and now I'm going to create one more private. This is private. AWS
Same same ECTE.
ECTE. Now I have to take hybrid,
Hybrid.
and
this is
now I have to select the private, not public, private, and this should be
all
disabled.
traffic.
Okay, auto assigning should be disabled.
Mhm.
Okay, all traffic. Now come down and just launch instance.
Okay.
Now you have what? Public and private.
Private.
See, now I just selected, I get public IP and I get private IP. and when I select here also, it should be running state, still pending. Yeah, you can see I won't get any public IP for the private, only private IP I can get.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, now let me check the connections in between these two. Okay, you can see this is the private IP. Let me come to my command prompt. Ping. What is ping? Can anyone tell me?
Yeah, ping is used to check the connection if any particular host is up or not.
Yeah, exactly. So ping is a protocol where we can check for the connection.
Yes.
So here I'll give ping an IP address of my private instance. You can see I'm not able to, I'm outside right now. My command prompt in the sense I'm outside. I'm not intranet of the Amazon right now. So you can see request timeout. I'm not able to getting the ping responses.
Yes.
So where you can see for the public, okay, ping, you will get the replies. Public is having internet access and it is in public subnet, and the private this private instance is in private subnet and it's restricted. So I want to access my private EC2 instance. How can I? Okay, I want to access this EC2 instance. How can I? You can only log into this EC2 instance. You will log in like this. You have to log in here and then you have to log in here. Then only you can able to access this one. So let me log in. Go to connect, copy this, open your terminal, cd downloads, yes, this is my public, okay, 1010 to 174. This is my public 1010 to 174. This is my public instance. I have logged in. Sudo su. From here I can check everything. I can able to ping google.com also. Means it is having internet access. ACD, they're not having any website with this.
It's acd.in, I think so.
There should be a website name. Okay. You can see I am able to reachable www.actonline.org also. So the same website I need to get internet access from my private EC2 instances. Then only that instance will have internet access. Whatever the data inside it, it can reflect to the public EC2 instance. I'm
Yes.
just telling you this demo. Okay. So even I'm not having any real-time code like internet banking's one. So all banks are use that one only. See, they will deploy the code here, and whatever the database they will put in the EC2 instances, okay, or databases, that values will be reflect here. How it is reflect here? If this EC2 instance is having a internet access only, okay, that we need to check. So how can I log into that? To log into my private EC2 instance, I need to do few steps. Okay, so let me try to log into my private instance. SSH -I login via secure shell interactively. /etc/act, okay, .pem is a file, okay, and now I want to log into my another EC2 server. So EC2 -user @IP address, this IP address, okay, it is asking yes, but it won't logged in. You can see permission denied, permission denied. So in order to log into my another EC2 instance that is very private, it is in the private and it is very secured, I need to provide this act.pem key file here, and then I need to give the permission, then only I can log into that. So to do vi, okay, act.pem, open it, insert mode. Where is my ACT in my downloads? This is, okay, Control A copy, Control C paste here, escape, shift : WQ exclamation mark. Now give the permissions to this, okay, /etc/act 700 /etc/act. Okay, now let me log in with the same IP, or what I'll do, I'll just create a command file here. What is file? File is also, let me create like AWS cloud, okay, this is a file ls. I have act.pem and AWS cloud, two are there. AWS cloud is a file. I want to push this file to my another EC2 instance, okay, scp source copy -i interactively /etc/acte. I need to use .pem file, and then the file name, then EC2 -user this IP address, okay, : home slash ec2 user. Permission denied, lost connection. So pwd, if I'll walk here, wait, why this not taking? vi slash etc slash act dot pem escape shift colon wq expectory mark. Now change mode.
So basically, you're trying to move this file from private to public. No, public to private, right?
No, yeah, I'm trying to move this AWS cloud file from public to private. Okay,
Okay, okay.
slash ect. So in order to do that one, we need some commands. Yeah, see, now I have given the permission.
Correct.
SCPs from the source interactively by using this key forward this file to this location of another EC2 instance. So, and again it is giving a warning. Why? Permission ACT or to open. It's required that private key file are not accessible by others. Bad permissions. Okay.
What is AWS Cloud after act.pem?
EC2-user.
No, what does it mean of AWS Cloud? The act.pem is a file,
No,
and
no,
that's
no, no. AWS cloud is a file.
oh, there's the file.
So
Okay,
this is the key, okay, key which we downloaded while we using key pair, okay,
okay,
key
okay,
pair. Now
okay.
you can see we have to give 700 as a permissions for this key, and then the file can be moved. You can see 100% it has been moved.
Okay, okay. So it requires 700, not 777.
Yes,
But 777 is a higher
higher one. So
higher
that's
one.
why it is giving the error. Why? Because so it is not accessible by the others.
Okay.
You have to give only read and write, not others.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so others will comes in this the last value, this value. First is read and write, and then last is the others value. Okay, now I need to connect, I need to log into my another server. So there I have written SSH, yeah, SSH-i slash ec2 slash act.pem. ec2 hyphen is the username of another ec2 instance and the IP address. If I hit enter, it is logged in. You can see 10.10.129.60. 10.10.129.60. From here I need to check, am I able to reachable ping Just before we took some ping response, right? This IP I need to get the replace. You can see I'm able to get the replace in my private EC2 instance. And here you can see AWS cloud file has been moved here.
Okay. Can you please open this file vi AWS Cloud? I just want to see the content.
Nothing is here. I just created like with touch command only.
Oh, okay.
We can add here something. Okay.
Okay. Okay, so you create the blank file.
Yeah, blank file. Yes. So now I have moved and I have attached here some content. Okay. See, let's take an example. This is a query of database. This AWS cloud is a query of the database, or you have written some data query here. So this data query will be going to reflect in our main EC2 instance.
Okay.
Getting?
Okay, so you are saying that in this file we can put certain select commands for the database. Correct?
Let me tell you.
Mm.
This is bit.
Actually, I just want to understand the purpose of this file.
Yeah, that's why. See, I just called here as a AWS cloud this file. Okay.
Okay.
This is private one.
Mm.
So here, let's take an MySQL database. Okay.
Mm.
I have written some tables and queries here.
Okay.
And here you have a website, which is internet banking website.
Okay.
Once the user is logged in, okay, here we have a NAT. Okay. NAT, however, it is providing internet access. Okay. So once the user is logged in here, okay, he will select his money value, or he want to do any transaction. Okay. So here he want to do any transaction. Now when he is doing transaction, he need his money value, right? For the money value, these values are stored in these queries right now in my database.
Yes.
Right. So how it is direct here? So the NAT is used to this between these two subnets, not between this two database and all. So it will give the overall connection among your subnets and EC2 instances and database. But how this path can go? This path can go when developer will do routing part.
Okay.
Right? You will do routing part, right? So you will do when we access this option, it should be redirect to the next option. Like that you will do routing part. Mostly UI engineers are Node.js or React.js. The people who are working on the JavaScripts, they will do. UI developers will do work on the mostly on the routing part. So they will give the routing part. If you clicked on any transaction making, okay, you have to redirect to this database. This table you have to select. For this user, this table you have to select, then you will get the value of that user value.
Okay.
Like that they will design the coding. Okay. So that coding is not in our hand right now to show. So that's why I'm just demoing that with the file.
Okay.
Got it?
Yes. So basically we can put certain queries in this file and we can transfer it to the private cloud to fetch this data.
Yeah. So now it is within the private cloud and this data can be reflected into the public.
Okay. Then it will be reverted back to the public, right? To show it to the UI.
Yeah. So it will here only, but it will just fetch.
Okay.
And action to be taken. Like action will be taken by the users.
Okay.
So this is how it we
So every time, since we have manually moved this file, so every time we have to manually push this file?
No. Every time we won't push any files manually. So once you are into the DevOps, you will come to know.
Okay.
So
Okay.
there are some automated ways.
Hmm.
This is
Yeah. Correct.
manual, just these are manual projects. When they are doing manual, we can do
Okay.
like this manual.
Okay. Okay. But
This is,
ideally, in the real world scenario, it should be automated.
yeah, it should be automated. Sometimes you have to do manual also, but
Okay.
that is some kind of request.
Okay. Okay.
So it comes on when you are having a total infra, you have to do this kind of work.
Okay.
Okay. So this is hybrid cloud and hybrid cloud combination of public and private. Okay. Now you can terminate this too, or you can just exit from here. See, I want to show you, we will not get any internet access if we remove any of the connection. If I'll remove this connection, okay, if I'll remove this connection or this connection, I won't get internet access from this.
Hmm.
I'll just show you. Go to route tables, my
Hmm.
private route table,
Okay.
routes, edit routes. Here you can see NAT is there. I'll just remove this one and save changes. Now you can see I won't get replace. I won't get any reply also.
Hmm.
Okay, so if I'll give same, then I'll get route table, which is my private routes, add route 0, NAT gateway, this is my NAT, and save changes. Now I'll get, you can see. Now I'll get. This is hybrid cloud architecture.
Okay.
Just go and terminate your two instances.
Hmm.
Come here to your VPCs, and once that each instances have got terminated, only your VPC can terminate. Okay, now coming to your NAT gateways, left side, how to remove this NAT gateway, delete NAT gateway, type here delete. It's deleting. And elastic IP you have to release. There should be elastic IP. This is the elastic IP. You will enable this option, release elastic IP, once the NAT gateway has been deleted. Deleted elastic. So okay, meanwhile we'll delete the VPC, hybrid VPC, delete VPC and type delete. It will delete all your connections which is tagged to your VPC. Now coming to elastic IP address, it should give release elastic IP address. Release it, just release it. That's it. So now come to your dashboard. Everything should be 1311.